Hey, welcome, welcome. Hope I can see you right and say hello so I can know that you're in here. I don't. Hello. Trying to see if I can see you typing back so I can explain something to you. This is gonna fix no man knows that day or hour. Would you like to see? Hey, what's up? All right, so okay, you might hear a lot of repeats because this is to handle something. This is that oil for today. Everybody like that oil? Hey, Suzanne. I couldn't figure out how to do green screen without going live, so that's why I'm on a live. I don't want it to be very long, but we got 5 people in here now, so I guess I'll go with it. We're gonna fix this problem of we're getting this passage thrown at us constantly. You want to hear it? Are y'all excited? Because I got one for you. We got 5 people in here. Okay, 4. Okay, here we go. All right, let me show you something that they don't tell you. It says, but about that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven nor the Son, only the Father, right? As in the days of Noah, it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating, drinking, marrying, and giving marriage up to the day Noah is who you represent. Noah is who you are. Going on, this is the ark. This is the rapture. Till Noah entered the ark. Who knew? Noah knew. The rest kept on eating and drinking and doing whatever, but Noah knew days before, and they entered the ark before the door closed. You understand that? Now, down here, it's hard for me to see. I'll just read it out of my Bible so you can see it on the screen. Okay? They were eating and drinking until the day Noah entered the ark. Noah knew days before, just like you will know. It's not a problem looking for it or being ready because Noah was ready. The ark had been built for a while, it was finished. But days before the flood, days before the rapture, Noah entered the ark. And so did 16 others. Okay? Now, the green I've got down there, I'm going to read this to you too. But know this, if the homeowner had known what time the thief was coming, he would have stayed alert. Huh? You're supposed to know when the thief is coming. Okay? And not let his house be broken into. This is why you also must be ready. What is ready? Knowing when to enter the ark. Okay? So God told him when to enter the ark. Just like you, right now, everybody's searching and having such big issues is because we all see the outpouring. We see all the signs. So everybody's searching for this season, which I know for sure it's this season, for us to enter the ark. The rest, they knew nothing about what was happening until the flood came. So they didn't know until the flood came. You know why? Because they kept on eating and drinking and making fun of Noah and all everybody for building this thing that they had never seen, just like the rapture. Does that make sense? Am I making sense to you guys? Anybody? Speak up. Anybody? Give me some smiles or some hearts or something. I'm just trying to. I may have to redo this just to do a short, but since people showed up, we'll go ahead and talk about it. But know about in that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven nor the Son. Of course, he wasn't in heaven yet, so he didn't know, but I guarantee you he knows now because he has all the authority of the Father. Okay? But only the Father. Why? Because he wasn't there yet. As it was in the days of Noah, will be the coming of Son of Man. Exactly. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking and marrying and giving away in marriage. They didn't give a crap. They don't want to know. But Noah was always alert, and he knew when to enter the ark. What does the rapture represent? Anybody? Anybody hit ark? Say ark, because that's where we're about to go is the ark. Jesus went and prepared a place for us. He built the ark. Okay? He said, what did he say? I go to build a place for you, and ye will be where I am also. That's how we know we'll be leaving instead of staying because the wrath is coming. The flood is coming. But it's not going to be a flood this time. It's going to be a flame. And all the bunkers and all the things they can make to try to hide in will not save them in this day. Okay? What does it say? Two men will be in a field, and one will be taken, the other left. Two men will be grinding in the mill, one will be taken, and one will be left. Therefore, keep watch. What? We're told not to keep watch. Quit watching. Therefore, keep watch, because you know not what hour he'll come. So, understand the owner of the house. We're going to be the owner of the house that watches. There's no problem with it. They bend this for their own, whatever they've got going on. They just don't want to look. They think, oh, he comes like a thief. He sure does to the ones that aren't watching. So sitting here, oh, date setting. They're just trying to find out. Nobody knows. We just know the season. It's happening now. We feel it. Noah felt it. He built an ark for it. Yep, I've heard those days, and I'm excited about those days. Some people say the 28th. There's another lady that's got the 31st knocked out. It's just we're in high watch days. We all know it's coming. So we're getting ready to enter the ark. Noah knew. And what did it say? It said four couples went in there. Couples. Add it up. In the Bible, it says 16 others were on there. Okay. But this is what they use against you. And here's your answer. This is what they're doing. And this is what we're about to do. You are Noah. And you are Noah's family at this time. We'll just change that to Jesus. Jesus's rapture. It's just like this. It'll happen just like this. And it's about to happen. When the door closes, what's going to happen? There's going to be like a thief to them. Someone's going to be stolen from them, right? It's not to become to you like a thief, because you're going to be the smart one that watches, right? I'm gonna read from the Bible because I can't see it real good on the screen. Is it good on the screen? Can you see all of it? Because I tried really hard, to get this going. And I was doing a short, and then we only give me 60 seconds, and I can't talk that fast. But I hope this makes sense. Does it, guys? Ladies? Add Q&A sticker, hot dog sandwich. What does that mean? Is that from anybody, or is that just, what is this? A hot dog sandwich. I don't know. Okay, great. I want you guys to listen. We're tired of this. We're tired. I'm tired of this passage being used, misused. Okay? It wasn't for them to know 2,000 years ago. The ones that were asking was going to have nothing to do with this. This is for our day. You're right. God uses the moon. The moon is a calendar, and we don't understand the clock. Okay? So when we were sitting there watching Joshua and Medic for Christ and all of them that day, what was it, September the 23rd? And as the 12 o'clock hour went by in Israel, you started to see Medic for Christ. You watched him deteriorate. His light went out, you know, expecting to think that we're on the same time God is. We're around the same time, but we don't have it. So all we can know is the season because it's within the season because the times are so messed up. Does that make sense? Exactly. Exactly. So an hour to God is worked off the moon and we don't exactly understand it. He knew we wouldn't. So he set a season because it'll be within a season. We're not so far off that the season won't matter. We're just far off on days and hours and stuff. So we know we're close. I mean, it's at the door. We all feel it, the outpouring, the visions, the dreams. The people aren't dreaming about the rapture daily, kids and all that, and there's not going to be one. It's absolutely unbiblical. Jesus Christ is the only reason you get to go. I don't say that because if you're in my show, you already have Jesus Christ, or they're just in here to mock. There are plenty of evangelists and preachers and teachers or what have you that do their job. My job as a servant to the Lord is to be like John the Baptist and help you prepare for his coming. Do you understand that? I do my job. I expect that you already have Jesus. If they're in here just looking for the rapture, that's the ones that end up in there with the wrong clothes. And he says, "Hey, friend, how did you get in here?" And they throw them out with weeping and gnashing of teeth, right? So I would assume that you already know Jesus if you're in here. Anybody excited about that? Anybody excited about this message? Anybody just come in and need to hear it? I'm totally prepared. This is your defense. This is not. This is we don't. We shouldn't have to defend ourselves, but it's in the word. And that's exciting. And if I had a little time to get it together, I could show you. Look, I'll just read it. You can go to it if you'd like to. Does anybody have their Bible handy? Yes. And guess what? Jesus' second coming, he isn't alone. Do you understand that? He doesn't come back alone. He comes back with us. Wrath is not awarded for us. So when the second coming, there's a lot coming, not just Jesus. Anybody disagree with that? That's what I'm talking about. The second coming, no one knows that day or hour. But as far as the rapture goes, it's going to be like in the days of Noah. Noah knew when to enter the ark, and so did his family. Okay? And if you just read down a little bit further, I tried to get out of the way. If the owner of the house had known what time the thief was coming, he would have been prepared, right? And that his house he wouldn't be like a thief to him. It's like a thief to those who say, "Oh, no man knows that day or hour, so I won't look. I'll just keep on eating and drinking and marrying and giving away in marriage and doing normal things." Right? This is one for I would love I don't like this guy uh for just Mike Winger. Anybody heard of what Mike Winger? How does he have a following? I don't know. I don't want them to give up their hope. This is to give you hope. This is showing you. Listen, don't look at numbers and the day go by and let your light go out. See, that's what's happening. Your light is to stay lit. We know it's close. We know we don't know that day or hour, but we know it's the season, and the season is soon. And when I say soon, I do not mean the soon of the old days. We're not talking about 2,000 years ago, 1,500 years ago, 800 years ago. We are in the last days. We are in the last days, okay? So if I could figure out, let me figure out if I can get this other verse up here. Oh, here we go. Read this. This is out of the book of Daniel. There were two others, one on this side of the bank of the river and one on the other side of the bank. And there was the man clothed in linen who was over the waters, which we know as Jesus. There's Jesus. There was one on one side, one on the other. And there was Daniel. Okay? And the question asked is, how long will it be before these astonishing things are fulfilled? When are the dates? What are the times? Or what season? When is this going to be? And if you read lower, let me get out of the way. It said, Daniel replied. Let me go to it because I can't even see it on the screen. I don't know if I'm doing right or not. As far as I'm just trying, okay. I'm not real computer literate, but I'll just read it right here. Many of those, okay, here we go. I'll just start at the top of Daniel's chapter 12. Watch this, guys. This should give you that all. How many people we got in here? I can't even see anymore. I don't know. But at that time, Michael the great prince, who stands watch over your people, will rise up. Funny how we had a guy named Michael start this, okay? There will be time of distress such as never occurred. Look at our world. It's it's a time of distress which has never occurred. We've got weapons that could destroy the whole earth, and they're playing around with it right now. This is that time. Since the nations came into being until that time. But at that time, all your people who are found written in the book, what book? What book? Will escape. That's not, it doesn't say they're going to be held, oh, they're going to be in it. It says all the ones found written in the book will escape. Many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth will awake, some to eternal life and some to eternal shame and eternal contempt. Okay? The dead will rise, and only the living will be going to where Jesus is. The living and the dead. Okay? Those who are wise will shine like those that led many to righteousness, like the stars forever and ever. How you know the children of Abraham? What was Abraham's promise? He said, your descendants, look up at the sky, Abraham. You see the stars? That represents your descendants upon earth, okay? But here's the big kicker. But Daniel, keep these words secret and seal the book until the time of the end. What is this? What time is this? It's sealed until the time of the end. Many will roam about, knowledge will increase, and it has. What happened? We found out about 3 different calendars, just all of a sudden, all this information that nobody really paid attention to or knew. Then Daniel looked, and there was two others. Oh, Daniel looked, and there were two others with him and the Lord talking to him, standing there, one on this side of the bank of the river and one on the other. One of them said to the man dressed in linen, who was over the waters of the river, "How long until the end of these extraordinary things?" And it's just a horrible thing for us to ask the same question, right? But guess what? It said it was sealed in the book to seal it to the book at the time of the end. Daniel will sleep in the earth. He won't be there, so it doesn't matter. But for us, the seal is broken or about to be broken, or the seal's broken because we know we're in the season. And where was this locked at? In the Old Testament. Who did it? Jesus did it. Why did they not preach it in the New Testament? Because it was sealed in the book in the Old Testament. Daniel didn't live during Jesus' time. Am I making sense? Anybody? I like that. 1948, 20 plus 2026 plus 20 is 6,000. Who is I don't see a Hagrid. I don't know what that means. Jesus Brown? What sense does that make? What is Jesus Brown? He wasn't black. He was Arabic, like Arabic Jewish looking. He wasn't black. Sorry, keep on with that crap. That means nothing. And if he was black, I still follow him. I don't care. He could be blue or green. That's just trying to start some stuff. Yes, I would kiss Jesus' sandals. I'd wash his feet, wash his body, take care of him, wipe his butt if I had to. But as far as Jesus Brown, that's just trying to come in here and start something, you know? And his magic carpet. We've got an idiot in here, you guys. Uh, Mazarin, you're just in here. We'll ignore your stuff. Anyway, so guys, and I'll block you from my account when I get off here. Got that? Melissa's here. I might make Melissa the moderator and she can get rid of you. How about that? No, I'm not Catholic. Do I sound Catholic? I grew up Baptist, but I'm not a Baptist. I'm just who I am. I follow Jesus and his words and the book. I believe all the book, not just pieces. I don't piece it together. But we'll get back to the original, that. But I'm showing you that you will know when the seal is broken. So there's no arguments about that. What does this say? For in the days of Noah, the flood, people will be eating, drinking, marrying, giving away, making fun of you. They were making fun of Noah. Oh, this idiot's making a boat. Oh, these idiots are looking for the rapture. But Noah entered the ark. You will enter the ark. You'll know when. Let's see what we can do about this. Goodbye. Sorry you can't do anything on my account anymore. So we got rid of the idiot. How about that? I'm sorry, but I can't deal with that right now. I'm tired of this message. I'm tired of the no man knows the day or hour. We may not know the day or hour, but we know when we're going to enter the ark. You're going to know. Noah knew when. So, and when they use that against you, you remind them of that. You remind them of this little that little right there tells you everything. And as far as the thief was coming, he would have kept watch. We He's not going to come to us like a thief. You know why? Because we keep watch. And we're going to keep on watching because he's coming soon and we're about to enter the ark. Same passage. That's Matthew 24:36 through 42, whatever. It keeps going. Does this excite anyone? Give me some hearts. What do we got? I need to see some stuff. I'm excited. I mean, I've thought about this message all day long. We are the body. They tell me, oh, you should be teaching people about Jesus and all this. Jesus gave me a job. That's other people's. If I find if it's necessary, I'll do that. And I've done it when I was younger. But then Jesus gave me a job. I'm a part of that body, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. We have been taught things incorrectly. Okay, the end times is for us. And in Daniel, we saw that it'll be us unsealed in the end time. We all feel it. The outpouring is real. The outpouring, all the people. Why don't they give up? Like, why is it that this one time it keeps going and keeps going and keeps going? So there you go. That's why people are saying this date, that date. That's why we figured out 3 calendars. You know, Joshua, he come out as a trumpet sound. It was a marker. Okay. It's easy for a man to take a message wrong when he's trying to understand heavenly things from an earthly body. You understand that? Even Daniel said he didn't understand most of them. I didn't understand. So I asked, how long before these astonishing things are happen? Extraordinary things. That's proof in the Bible they didn't understand, but they still kept asking questions. Okay? But Noah entered the ark while the rest were, no man knows that day or hour. Just stay away from it. No, yeah, they did. It wasn't for that day. You don't think the angels are sitting on ready right now? Look at what's happening in our skies. Does that come from man? Is that science? They try to explain it through science. God's doing this. Exactly. Look, I was given the name by Jesus a long time ago. I never said it, but Joshua. My name is Jason, and the Greek is Lason. Okay, it's Joshua. They all mean the same thing, but I was given that name. So what does it say in Revelations? You'll be given a name written on a white stone. What? My skull. That no one knows but you. The guy the other day said, "Where's the stone?" I was like, Jesus. I love you too. Jesus loves all of you. This is a message I'm giving you to show you that Jesus is coming. I was told 10 years ago. See, my message was big 5 years ago on TikTok. It was flying. Then somehow I couldn't figure out how to get back on my TikTok account. And recently my son got me back on there. We didn't even know it still existed. I thought I got it canceled because of my message. Okay. But suddenly in the year of, I get all my accounts back. And I'm telling you, Noah knew when to enter the ark, and so will you. Let it be. It could be. I'm excited. Hey, that don't give up, that light stays on because we know it's close. It's within this season. You know, what day did they say fall starts? Was it like September the 21st or something like that? Well, that's what we think. It could have started a little later than that, a little earlier. We don't know. We already found out the calendars are off. So just know that don't give up. How do you know he's going to wait till the last minute? Because Methuselah was Noah's grandfather, and he lived 969 years. He was the longest living man. And when Methuselah died, the flood started. So he gave it's a representation of God gave them every chance, long as he could. And Jesus will too, because he wants us. This is a fight for souls. Even if there's one more to get, we'll wait till that last day in this season, whatever it is. Correct? Is anybody's light going to go out? Mine's not. I'm on fire right now. I'm surprised I'm not glowing from this. I'm telling you guys, look, there we go. Am I getting brighter? Well, I'm telling you guys, here is your oil for the day. These refuters and all this, they read this passage to you every time. They throw it at you every time. But they forget, they don't know about this part. You know why? Because they don't care. All they're going to do is keep on eating, man, giving away, and doing nothing, thinking nothing would happen. They think nothing will happen. They think the rapture will not happen until the flood comes. And it's total destruction this time. They can make all the bunkers and drill holes and all through the earth and try to hide. Nothing will get away from this. They're making big graves is what they're making. So is this message taught anybody anything? Is this Isaiah 66:9? Okay, let me go. Let's see what we got here. I hope this is going with the message, but well, I'm open. I'm an open-minded person. You close your mind as soon as you say no. This is the way it is. You closed your mind to it. This is where God is stuck. This is where you've trapped him to the book. You say, oh, he can't do anything except for what he said. Come on. 66:9. Let's see. I'm at 66:2. Will I bring a baby to the point of birth and not deliver it, says the Lord? Or will I, who deliver, close the womb? Amen. Amen. Good one. Good one. How many people are tired of this? How many people I love the passage. How many people are tired of being used against you? Well, I'm here to give you that oil. Who entered the ark? You did. Who entered the ark? You did. Who did the flood come to? All the ones that said it ain't going to happen. He's crazy. He's been building it for 120 years. He's nuts. It was completed, sitting there, and he looked like he was crazy, right? Until he was told ahead of time to enter the ark. And it says he was told 7 days before to enter the ark. Yeah, I don't like arguing either, but this has been the main thing. I'm just here to show you and give you some. It's not ammo, but this is the ammo that's used against you. So let's read the passage correctly. Do we need to go over it again? Does anybody want to go over it again so that we can completely get it? We got what? How many people? 24 people? Okay, so we're going to go to Matthew. If you've got your Bible handy, and my little clip ain't showing real good, I don't know how to do better than that. We're going to go back to Matthew 24. That's all I ever see. Matthew 24, and then a few other little scriptures. So we're going to read Matthew 24 the correct way. It says, well, you can't see it because it's on green screen, huh? I got my Bible in my hand. It's just, all right. No man knows that day or hour. Now concerning the day of the hour, no one knows, neither the angels in heaven nor the Son, except the Father only. As the days of Noah were, so the coming of the Son of Man will be. For in those days before the flood, they were eating, drinking, marrying, giving away in marriage until the day. What? And let's just add. Let's just talk about this. They were also mocking and making fun of Noah. There had never been a rain before, never been a flood that they knew of. Correct? They didn't. That was funny to them. Ha ha ha! These idiots. Look at that. They're building an ark. They believe Jesus is going to prepare a place for them, and they're going to go there. Ha 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 ha! He. Let's keep on going. Okay. And it says Noah boarded the ark. No man knew but Noah. You represent Noah right now. You see the ark, you know the ark is spiritual, and it's about to happen. Okay? Let's keep going because I'm not going to just stop there. I don't just read a scripture and throw one at you. Let's just keep going with this. Until Noah boarded the ark, they didn't know until the flood came and swept them all away. They didn't know that the rapture was coming. We told them, but they're crazy. They're crazy, just like Noah was. He's crazy. Okay? So this is the way the Son of Man will be. Two men will be in a field. One will be taken and one will be left. How do we know the one will be taken will be God, as us? It's because wrath is coming to this earth. We're not awarded wrath, so we're the one taken. Two women will be grinding at the mill, and one will be taken and one will be left. Therefore be alert, since you don't know what day your Lord is coming. But know this, if the homeowner had have known what time the thief was coming, he would have stayed alert and not let his house be broken into. Don't look for the answers. No man knows that day or hour. He's going to come like a thief. Yeah, to the goofballs. We're not going to do that, right? Church of Philadelphia. Exactly. The churches are within each one of us. We have to overcome the churches. Starts out, you just have to read into it. It's a growth process until you get to this. I heard Mike Winger saying that was the Church of Sardis. That was for people, whatever, 2,000 years. Are you kidding? Why is it my Bible? Why is it telling me about something like that? There's a meaning to it. Every word in there, there's not a word in there that hasn't been in there for a reason. It's in there. Now, they may have removed stuff, but they didn't remove enough. You can't keep God away from us. Give us the book, the little engine that could, and God will get to us if he wants to. I serve a God who is all powerful. If he wants to make you Superman and you shoot lasers at your eyes and have a cape, he could do it. He defies all like logic that man tries to put to it. You can't science him out. You can't you can't uh you can't learn enough out of the Bible. What you have is like the Pharisees back in the day of when Jesus was around. Some would believe him, a few, and the others would always say, "What power? I don't know what he's talking about." You know why? You know why they didn't know? Because they weren't meant to understand. You know why they mock and make fun? They weren't meant to understand that the flood was coming. They could see all the signs, but they just say, oh, that's crazy. That's science. These people are nuts. We see it in the skies. Watch the skies tonight. It's going to be awesome. Could be the night. We don't know. We're in the season. But we hope for dates, right? We don't care. Does dates bother any of you? Are you tired and burnt out? You give up on Jesus? We want as many brothers and sisters up there with us too. Do we want him to come too early? We want that one extra person too. If he had 99 sheep, he would go get the one and be just as happy. So know that when that door closes, and it's going to close soon if it's not already there, but I just don't think that that he's going to give them the longest time. He gave Noah's grandfather 969 years, proves that he gave them every chance. He spends its longevity. Have we learned anything? I would like to shrink myself, but I don't know how to do that, get out of the picture. But I just, how many people are in here? 30 people? Have everybody heard the message? Does anybody want to help? Anybody need me to repeat? You want me to repeat? Give me some hearts. Okay, here we go. So everybody, because I want you all to be strong in this, okay? This says the same thing that's on my screen. I've got my Bible. That's where I got it from. Here we go. No man knows that day or hour. The biggest scripture used against you. Matthew 24:36. Now concerning the day and the hour, no one knows. Concerning it. Neither the angels in heaven nor the Son. Of course, if you think the Son don't know now, he was a man on earth when he went to have all the authority of the Father. He don't know. That's idiocy. It's just, you say, oh, they're three in one, but they don't know. The Holy Spirit knows. That's why you feel it. That's why you feel it coming. Okay? For those days before, okay, as the days of Noah were, so the coming of the Son of Man will be. There'll be, before the flood, people were eating and drinking and marrying and giving away marriage. What do we call it now? We got so many different things. They were hanging out, goofing off, and there was a lot making fun of this man right here. Noah was the most made fun of man for 120 years. But Noah knew when to enter the ark, didn't he? As the rest didn't know until they were wiped away with a flood. We already know he's coming this season. How do I know? How do I know? How do I know over, say, Joshua? I knew 10 years ago. Joshua found out 7 years ago, right? But, he come out and said a date. I wasn't given a date. I was just told a season. Actually, I was told in a season, 10 years. So I just go to the season 10 years later. That's what I was told. Okay? And the prophet Elijah came to me. And the only thing we were promised, he came to me through my son. I'm going to go ahead and read. Let's go ahead and get it out of the Bible so I can prove this to you. Just before the New Testament, we have Malachi. Anybody know that guy? Anybody ever heard of Malachi? Give me some hearts. Now listen at this. Remember the instructions of Moses, my servant, the statutes and ordinance I commanded him at Horeb for all Israel. Look, I'm going to send you Elijah the prophet before the great and awesome day of the Lord comes. And he will turn the hearts of fathers to their children and hearts of children to their fathers. He came to me through my son, Just as the passage says. Jesus said it after John the Baptist had been killed. He repeated it. And he said, yeah, John, he was. The Spirit was in John the Baptist. Elisha had double portion. That Spirit kept going. He was at the Mount of Configuration. Remember that? They just don't understand how the Spirit works, okay? And he came to my son. And he's not still on my son. He was during that day. My son's 27 now. This is when he was 17. I don't know. That's the only thing that gets me is it says he comes to the fathers to their children. Some books say fathers to their sons and sons to their fathers. This one reads children. Okay. But I promise you, it happened just like the Bible said. It didn't say Jesus is going to come tell you. He says, in that day, I'll send you the prophet Elijah. And he did. And I got video on here from TikTok. I put it on YouTube of me saying this 5 years ago. But I've been knowing 10. And a lot of other stuff happened. I'm not going to go into it because I just want you guys to get is anybody coming in that needs to hear this again? Any hearts? And you tell me and I'll do it again. I'm excited about this, and that's the only reason I went live is because I couldn't figure out how to get this message in 60 seconds. I get about halfway through the message and it would shut off on me. So I went live so I can put the green screen and show you out of the Bible yourself. I'm not making it up. It's there. And the same passage that's used against you all the time. Oh, no man knows that there. Of course you don't. Keep on eating and giving away in marriage and partying and drinking and hey, even saying it's not going to happen, how it's not going to happen. Do you have to believe in it? Understand this, when Jesus went to places to heal, the people that got healed were the people that believed. He could only do as much as they would allow him to do. Does that make sense? He believed. He walked on water. He didn't need anything. But when it came to other people, they had to believe. Do you have to believe in this? I think so. Are they doomed? No. They're going to make a lot of them are going to make it to heaven too. That's why when we're there, saints are going to be showing up. Why? Because their faith, after this happens and they don't believe this, they're going to have to use their faith to make it. Means that without knowing or seeing or understanding, they lay down their life for Jesus. They won't take the mark. Okay? Once they take the mark, they're doomed. But the ones that lay down their life are going to be showing up where we're at. And they're going to be saints. We're the first fruits that get on the ark. Look, let's explain the Trinity. You're a three-part spirit. Look at it. We start with darkness, light, which has come from Christ. And then you have the clear. Let's just do 3 circles, okay? Wish I could do this up there. But just look, picture 3 circles. A dark circle, a light circle, and then the clear one. You're the one that asks the questions in your head all the time. Wonder if it's going to do this. And something always answers, right? And you're to become one with the light spirit, become one with it. So we'll shed the flesh, and the dark spirit will go away, and we'll go be with the Lord. When the light leaves, so do you. So that's why they talk about the 3 days of darkness. I kind of understand it now. Would you guys like to understand it? Want me to explain it? Okay. It says in the Bible, I go to it in Revelation instructions, but I know it by heart. You guys know it. It says the sky will roll back like a scroll, and the sun will turn black as sackcloth, and the moon will turn to blood, and the stars in heaven will be cast to earth. Correct? Am I wrong about that? Anybody want to refute that and say it a little different? Give me some hearts if you're following me. Some hearts, some something, yeses or okay. Now let me explain that to you. Spirit, literally, they're looking at it like, oh, some big thing's going to happen in the sky, and it'll darken out the sun, and the moon will give off a color of red, and asteroids will be hitting the earth. That's a literal way of looking at it. Jesus taught us the Spirit. Okay? So to read it spiritually is that sky rolling up like a scroll is the Holy Spirit lifting from the earth. And when it completely does and the sun turns black, that means the sun no longer gives off its light. We will leave with it because we are with the light. We go with the light. When the light leaves, we leave. The moon, steady red as blood, is Lucifer loosed, and the stars in heaven falling to earth is all of the fallen angels, and they'll have to deal with them in the next 7 years. You understand? It's the final battle. So you can't the problem. Okay, Simon Peter always had a problem. This is how you read it like Simon Peter. He would call him Peter when he was talking heavenly. Okay, he would call him Simon when he was talking earthly. You can't take that and go, well, the sky's going to roll up like a scroll. That's the Holy Spirit leaving, and then there's going to be some kind of eclipse. And then the moon turning to blood represents Lucifer being loosed, and then asteroids are going to hit the earth. That's doing literal and spiritual in the same. You can't do that. It's being Simon. That's why he would say Simon, Simon. After he called him Peter, he would call him Simon because Simon would say earthly things in the middle of heavenly things. Are we clear? Anybody like that? Anybody get that? Exactly. That times and half a time. We felt the half a time. Haven't y'all felt that? Hadn't it felt like time sped up 2020? It was like 20 years in one, 10 years in one. More happened in that year than as ever before. It was just nuts. And now they're just gone. Doggone it. Here we go. Everybody hear me? Somebody tried to call me right in the middle of this, and I used my phone. And if you need me to explain again, give me some hearts or speak up, and I'll give it to you again. I've got sisters and brothers in here that will help me because they're uh, No one created the Creator. I have no. He is the only God. One God. He said, "I'm a jealous God." I ain't trying to make him jealous. All I want him to do is be jealous and want me, right? Not jealous of me. I want him to want me and jealousy to snatch me away. He can't stand to be without me anymore. Right, guys? We're Noah. Right now we are Noah. I might check that Sandy. I remember Sandy Patty. I remember her. I just can't get over that "Come Jesus Come." I love it. You want me to turn it on? Let's see. I think my computer. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe I can play us a little song in the background. Come Jesus come. Anybody like Dry Bones Rattling? Have you heard Dry Bones Rattling? Because if you hadn't heard that one, that's an excellent worship song. Let's see what we can get here. The woke are literally melting down. I'll let it play in the background while we explain this again. For anybody that comes in, hasn't been in here, we'll explain this completely. But I'll do a video on it. I just wanted to do this green screen and I couldn't figure out how. Well, you guys hear this song. This is an excellent worship song. Let me see. I've got this up here. Has everybody got the message yet? Because I've got a message here. If you want me to say it again, give me some hearts. Let's worship this song together. How about that? Boy, this song gets my wife going. She almost bounced out of her spirit. Corinthians, 15, 1 through 4. Okay, I got you. I'm going straight to it. I'm not going to play around here. First Corinthians 15, 1 through 4. Now, brothers, I want to clarify for you the gospel I proclaim to you. You receive, taken, and understand on. You are also saved by it. Both message and proclaim, unless you believe, no purpose. For I pass to you as most important what I have received. That Christ died for our sins according to the scriptures. He was buried. He was raised on the third day according to the scriptures. And he appeared to Cephas, Peter, Paul, then the 12. Oh, Peter first. Then he appeared to 500 other brothers at one time. Right? I like that. That gave me chills. But anyway, I love it. That gave me chills. Sitting here chills right now, my arms. I want y'all to know my arms are tattooed. Everything on it. Everything on my arms. Let me see if I can fix this green screen real quick. Get rid of it. Let's see. All right. See how my arms are tattooed? It's all of Ezekiel 10 on my arms. The whole story of Ezekiel 10 on my arms. I do not have anything on my arms that is comes from anything else. I know that what it says, but I was young and I was stupid. But at the same time, if you see on my arms, I'll show you Jesus and the Lion of Judah. Do you understand? The wheels of Ezekiel with the eyes, and it says Ezekiel 10 on my arms. What's hidden here is that looks like 100, but it's got a banner across it. Who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, it will be done on earth as it is in heaven. The kingdom's going to come through us, from us. Where is it? In us. Okay? But it is a place that we will go. But just understand, when it says what replaces the word sins is transgressions. Now that you're no longer a sinner, you're a transgressor. You still do things that are wrong, but you ask for forgiveness of that. Trespassing against my brother, I shouldn't do that. Sometimes I do by accident. I have bad moods or whatever, and I apologize. And then I apologize to the Father for doing that. Because what comes between me and you comes between me and the Father. But I'm no longer a sinner because I'm not separated from the Father. Make sense? Does any of that make sense to you guys? Sin means separation from God. Jesus showed me I was a sinner, and I walked as a sinner until he showed me, freed me of it, and gave me a direct connection to the Father. And so now sometimes I transgress and trespass against my brother, and I'm sorry for it, and I ask for forgiveness of it, and I tell him, your kingdom come. It will be done. For his is the power and the glory forever and ever and ever. So that's the answer. That's right. You're a sinner until Jesus works for you. When Jesus works for you, he shows you the way. That's my honestly, if y'all want to know my message, okay? Some people show you how to get to Jesus and admit to being a sinner. Okay, that's their job. And you admit to being a sinner. And you say, I will follow you. But some of them just go that far and say that's their testimony. You see what I'm saying? The day they met Jesus was their testimony. My testimony started after I met Jesus. It was a walk, follow, until he showed me, hey, I've given you the connection to the Father. He is the door. As when I went through that door, I was no longer a sinner. I'm the same as you. I do the same things by accident sometimes. It's called being human. But I ask for my forgiveness of my transgressions, my trespasses. Lead me not into temptation, Lord. Deliver me from evil, please, Lord. But nothing in there, and that says forgiveness of sin, because you handle sin at the cross. That's what they're not telling you in church. I'm one of the elect too. I was given a name. And he said, I will put my name and my Father's name written on your forehead. You don't see nothing written on my forehead because it was written in my head. Spiritual, a lot of it's spiritual as well as literal. Jesus is coming back with us. That second coming, we're coming with him. Has the rapture and the second coming are two separate occasions. Right. I want to be separated from the flesh, so I'm raised incorruptible. Don't think just because I'm saying I'm not a sinner that I'm not corruptible. You can't give me great powers. I might accidentally screw it up. I still transgress. You can't give me fire from heaven and give me the powers for floods. I have to be raised incorruptible. Just because sin gave me back to the Father doesn't mean I'm not incorruptible. I'm corrupt. The angels were corruptible. Remember that? The angels knew everything and they were corruptible. A third of them fell. But we'll be raised incorruptible. But you can learn to not be a sinner right here, right now. If you understand sin is one word and sins are something you do under sin. See, Satan took the law. You picture me holding up the law, you know, and afforded every sin under it so that they couldn't even get close to God. They had so many things. I smoke, I drink, I did this, I hung out with this, I did this wrong, I did that wrong. So you get further and further and further and further and further, not to realize that sin was one word: separation from the Father. Sins are just things that keep on pushing you further. Once you get rid of sin, you and the Father will deal with your transgressions. He'll deal with your trespasses. Like Jesus is God's son, he is the first. He is the first. He is Lord, King of Kings. But a King of Kings means there's other kings. Do you understand? He's the king of them. It's a kingdom. So I already know. There's no doubt of any of this other than I'm just working on. Hopefully, I have a good position up there. I hope. You know. I used to say I care if I make it with a fig leaf cover me. But now I understand that I want to be something in the kingdom. You know, I want to have done the right thing. If I through me show you that sin is one word, sins are something you do under sin, and once you get rid of sin, then you're still human. You just transgress. Hey, sometimes I do the wrong thing. I, hey, sometimes I do the wrong thing on purpose just because I'm stupid. I'm human. But I'm not sinning, I'm transgressing or I'm trespassing. Trespassing's like doing something wrong. Like I might get mad and just blow up on my wife by accident. She does me too. But I got so many people ask me, well, I have a lady ask me, I smoke cigarettes. I don't think God's going to, your cigarette, I don't care about your cigarettes and or whatever it is. I mean, he does, it's transgressions, but it doesn't mean you're sinning. It does if you're a sinner and you got sin in here. I've never seen, I don't know. Well, I read something earlier. Let me read you this. This about made me cry. Because I can just imagine he had told is this the Bible I had in my hand? Maybe it's this one. Here we go. I had my wife's Bible, but I read it close by in this, and I want to read this to you because basically Jesus tells them, and I'm not going to I'm not going to sum it up. I'm going to tell you how it is in here. It was in the right close to this, but uh, what, as soon as if y'all just bear with me just a second. I'm in Malachi, no wonder. I need to be in Matthew 24 because it was where Jesus. Listen to this, guys. This is the sheep and the goats. Everybody ever heard about that one? The sheep and the goats. I'm going to read you from Matthew 25, verse 31, if anybody wants to follow along. And the Son of Man comes in his glory, and the angels with him. And he will sit on his throne of his glory. All the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate them one from another, just as a shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on his right side and the goats on his left. Okay? The king will say to those on his right, "Come, you are blessed by my Father. Inherit the kingdom prepared for the foundation of the world." Listen to this. Have you ever seen Jesus? Listen to this one. For I was hungry and you gave me something to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger and you took me in. I was naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you took care of me. I was in prison and you visited me. Jesus said this. Then the righteous will answer him, Lord, when did we see you hungry, feed you, or thirsty and give you something to drink? Huh? When did we see you strange as a stranger and not take you in, or take and without clothes and clothe you? When did we see you sick and in prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, I assure you, whatever you did for the one of the least of these of my brothers of mine, you did for me. Then he will also say to those on the left, depart from me, you are cursed into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry and you gave me nothing to eat. I was thirsty and you gave me nothing to drink. I was a stranger and you didn't take me in. I was naked and you didn't clothe me. I was sick and in prison and you didn't take care of me. Then they too will answer, Lord, when did we see you hungry and thirsty or a stranger or without clothes or sick and in prison and not help you? And then he will answer them, I assure you, whatever you did not do for one of the least of these, you did not do for me either. Have you seen Jesus? Yeah, you saw him over there holding a can out there. You want needs a little change. A stranger, a stranger that you just don't want, just can't do anything for him. A prisoner sitting there with no food and no help in prison, nobody going in to talk to him. Somebody that just needs something to drink, and you can tell, and just didn't give them something to drink. Nothing to eat. Didn't clothe them because you saw them in nasty clothes. You saw him, just didn't recognize him because you think the spirit's just in one. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm just talking. Okay, so don't think I'm going down on you. I'm just saying. Have you seen Jesus? Yes, many times. Many, 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 many times. You just didn't recognize him. Why? Notice that when he came back, every time he appeared before the apostles, the disciples, they didn't recognize him. Why didn't they recognize him? He had to start talking and telling them, and they go, Master. Why? Because you've seen Jesus many times. You just can't put him in one spirit now. He came as a man. He went to be something much greater. More than just one man. Does that make sense? Am I giving you any hearts or anything? Is anybody, am I losing anybody on this? All right, good. I just want to make sure because I'm talking spiritual now. I'm not talking about some goofy shape shifting stuff. It's just you can't put his spirit in any one thing. He's not stuck to a body to die. He already overcame that. It's I can't. Jess, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know I mean as spiritual. You have to see the spiritual with the spiritual eyes, not trying to look for a man. You know. Exactly, exactly. So there you will be. You will see Jesus in his form. When you get there, you're going to see him in his form, his heavenly, earthly, heavenly. What is it? His spirit. You'll see him. On the Mount of Configuration, he transfigured right in front of them. Looked different, but he's not trapped to any one thing. So if you saw somebody hungry and you gave them something to eat, you gave him something to eat. If you saw somebody thirsty and you gave them something to drink, and just keep going with that. How does that go? You know, you're trying to figure out what you're going to do. I can't help everybody. I need help myself. You know what I'm saying? But I do what I can. I don't look down upon them. You know, exactly. You start feeling that need on your heart. If I've got somehow I got this extra, got a sum of money, and I see that guy, I definitely give him something. You know, sometimes I'm that guy. Does that make sense? What is too late? Uh, it's not going to be too late. Even after the rapture happens, it's not too late. You just have to lay down your life for it. Something you can't see. Today you can be saved. The first part is Jesus, and we got a whole lot of people on here that'll talk to you about how to get there. Right? Melissa will tell you. Kim can tell you. Lisa can tell you. That's their job. They can tell you exactly how to get to Jesus and how it's their job. Jesus gave me another job. It's after you get Jesus, then you can talk to me, and gave me a different job. But I'll tell you, I mean, I can read the scriptures, but that's not what I do. I talk to on a higher level. And the whole reason for this, we got 14 people here. Has anybody missed what I said from the beginning? Because I'll put it back up here and repeat, just so you can get the original why I came on here. I love you guys. I haven't, I've noticed my YouTube hasn't been had any growth in a couple days. Really, it's been going up and down. It's like I don't know if YouTube's correcting or it's just some people's lights going out and they don't want to hear it. You be good and you don't have Jesus, you might make it in, but you're going to be thrown out where there's weeping and gnashing of teeth. That's what it says. That's what it says. I'm sorry. In other news, a 2025 DOGE pulled a dime out of the darkness. Christ is the one way. I got a dime story that was kind of weird this year. Trump supporters can claim this historic gold coin for free as long as they pay the shipping and handling. You guys are telling it. Hey, tell any questions on here. I'm fixing to turn the air on because it's hot in here. If you just, I'm gonna step over here, but I'm still on. I'm just going to turn the air on because I'm quite hot. But I've got to return back to putting that back up so I can tell people who haven't came in here why we're in here. Okay, I came in here for a reason, but it can grow. Some people, if you're asking about how to get to Jesus, Kim will tell you. Bryce will tell you. They're perfectly capable. These are the ones that can tell you how to get to Jesus. I can too, but I've got more to say because Jesus taught me sent me to do something. Just like he sent you guys to do what you're doing. We all are a body of Christ. This body right here will tell you exactly how to get to Jesus, the scriptures and everything. Let me turn the air on. But if you want me to give you a quick rundown, first you have to admit to being a sinner, that you're separated from God. That's what it means. Sinner means I'm separated from God. And Jesus died for that. He died for something he didn't do so that you could make it to the Father. He gave you the door. He died. He went to the cross. He was beaten horribly. He was humiliated and hung on a cross as a fake king. And they laughed and mocked him all the way out of this earth. Just like we're being done right now by a lot, and not a whole lot. I don't pay attention to it anymore, but I was just letting you know that Jesus was done the worst for no reason other than telling the truth. He was just telling the truth. Okay? He went to hell for you. He stomped Satan, said he bruised his heel on Satan's head, told from the beginning of Genesis. And then he was raised up after 3 days, walked the earth for a little while, showed his face, and many watched him ascend, watched him get raptured to heaven. So you want to take rapture? That's ascension. Was he the first? Well, let's say Elijah got raptured. Enoch got raptured. Melchizedek disappeared, raptured. Uh, Zerubbabel was raptured. They don't tell you all this. There was a lot of raptures in the Bible. Zerubbabel was raptured. He sure is, Jess. I hope you're really in here and really getting some, Jess. What? Yeah, a lot of people do. I believe he was too. Jesus was regarded. It says in Hebrews, he is he is the only begotten Son, the only begotten Son. But through him, God begets many sons through one. So, Jess, you're a sinner. You're separated from God. That's what that means. Until you admit it, that you just don't know him, and you would like to know him. Jesus is the way, the only way, the only name that will matter. And it says people will enter, but they'll be thrown out. You have to enter through the door. You can't come over the fence. You can't go under the fence. You can't. There will be people try, but they'll be thrown out. Well, here's the deal. I'll tell you about an atheist, okay? The reason why the Bible says don't argue about it, you ever heard that? Don't argue with people about it. We shouldn't argue with these people, what they believe. They maybe believe a little different. They've got little verses they stick to or whatever. You okay? Your belief is is how far you're going to go. Jesus couldn't heal the ones who wouldn't receive it. One woman believed so much that all she did was touch the hem of his garment and he felt it leaving. He didn't know anything about it. She just took because she believed so much. Well, your belief system is where how far you can go. That's why the rapture's not for everyone, but they'll be regarded higher than us when they lay down their life for it. But atheist is right. Let me tell you, atheist was right for them. Understand this: if you believe that there is no God, in the end there'll be no God for you. So there's not an argument. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? If you don't believe in the rapture, maybe you won't go. You'll still get a chance to be in heaven. There's still a 7 year period, or however long it's going to be. That's what we that's the way we regard it out of the Bible. Yes, you'll need to be born again. You need some help right now, we'll get you born again here right now. All of these people are capable of knowing how to do it. They do Jesus' job. That's what Jesus did. They're going to help you. Okay, cool. You were just checking me out. You just questioning the answers. The answer is it's going to be the way they say it is for them. But there's only one name that will get you in. Just you'll be able to stay there with, and that is the name of Jesus or Yeshua. Yeshua is the real way to say it. Say Jesus, just translated to English, but the name matters. It does matter. That's why it says the name. People will call on the name of God. Uh, God is a word put in there. It's kind of like saying, mom or dad. You don't call your mom or dad their name, do you? You call them mom and dad. God's just a word, kind of like a title, because His name is Yahweh, Yad-Heh, Fad-Heh. It's your very breath. You think that you don't know it? You say it every time you do that. And the minute it's gone, He'll no longer be on you. You will no longer be in the body. Does that make sense? Anybody get that? We breathe the very name of God. And His Son's name is Yeshua. But for all other purposes, sometimes we talk to people that aren't really, like all the way there. So we talk more baby terms to get them to drink the milk. Once they drink the milk, we get them on some soft food, and then next thing you know, they're eating meat. Well, this is a meat class. I'm for the meat, but I don't mind it. Let me get back to what we're talking about. Anybody interested? Anybody interested in this? What we're talking about here? This is to refute. No man knows that day or hour, not the angels in heaven, nor the Son of the Father. As in the days of Noah, so will be the coming of man. For in the days before the flood, in the days before the rapture, people were eating and drinking and marrying and giving away in marriage up to the day Noah entered the ark, up to the day you get raptured. You'll know, Noah knew, and so did the people that went on the ark, but the rest made fun of him and kept on doing what they were doing, and they did nothing about it till that happened until the flood came and took them all away. So no, they say no man knows. Noah knew, and guess what? You'll know. You'll know. It's an exact replica of now. He didn't say so in the days of Jonah, or so in the days of David. He said, so it will be the same as the days of Noah. Okay, here we go. Leslie, this is for you, okay? Is everybody cool with me telling her? Give me some hearts. Give me some hearts if it's okay if I repeat. We get a scripture thrown at us every time we looking up, trying to find out things about the Lord, trying to figure it out, because the Lord can seal things. So we get this scripture thrown at us. The day, no man knows the day, it's unknown. But about the day and hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son of the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, it will be in the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days of Noah, they did the same things they're always doing. People were eating and drinking and marrying and giving away marriage and making fun of Noah for this crazy man who believed that there was going to be a flood. Had never happened before. Huh? But Noah entered the ark and they knew nothing about what was happening until the flood came. We're not going to be them. We're going to be them, Noah. You represent Noah. If you believe in the rapture and you're looking for it, you feel excited because you know we're in the season. It's because we know what they don't know. We're about to enter the ark, the spiritual ark. Okay? And then down here, let's see if I got a better, pull this one up a little higher. I don't know what y'all see because I got words all in front of mine. But here we'll move it down, okay? Understand this, okay? This is what it says. Understand this. If the owner of the house had have known what time the night and time of night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and not let his house get broken into. We're going to keep watch. It's not going to be like a thief to us. The thief's not getting it. It's not going to be like that for us. But for the ones who don't keep watch, it's going to be like a thief. We're just going to disappear. Does that make sense? So this passage that's used against you, now you can see the rest of it. Make them read it all. Not just that part. Keep reading. Tells you exactly who the thief is going to be to. It's not going to be to the watchers. Okay? So people scrambling for numbers right now, and all that's because they feel it in their spirit. He's coming close. And everybody wants to know, but guess what? It's because we know the ark door is about to close. And we're trying to explain it, but guess what? You get made fun of. Rapture belief is stupid. It's either pre or post or mid, all these things that are said. But guess what? The outpouring that's happening right now, all the people search, they won't let go of this season. There nobody's going, oh, it's next year or the next. No, people are searching all in the same season because all of our Holy Spirits know the ark door is about to close and we're going to enter the ark. And they're not going to know till the flood happens. It's going to look stupid to them. And the flood ain't going to be a flood this time. This time it burns. Total destruction. They're making tunnels under the earth and city, taking food under there. They're making a big mass grave, is what they're doing. It's going to cave in on them. But did this help anybody? Does this help anybody with that passage? I do too. I've been fighting all day for what I was going to say today. The thing is that we can talk about oil and try to keep the fire going. Each date passes, people drop, people, you know, whatever date they've grabbed hold of, they let their fire go out. We're not letting our fire go out because we're in this season right here. Noah entering the ark. We're about to enter the ark. And all the ones that didn't follow, you got the wicked, they're never going to follow. But the believers, there's believers in this in Jesus, but they don't believe what he's done for them, gone and prepared a place for them. Okay? So they still have a chance. They still have a chance because over the next 7 years while we're in a wedding banquet, because we're the bride, there'll be saints showing up. It says it. Be ready for you in 1,000 years because they laid down their life. They will be regarded higher than us that know because they didn't shrink from death to save their own life, meaning they didn't take the mark. Because there's only one way away from the mark: death. And so, if anybody's in here and doesn't believe what I'm saying, just know don't take the mark. Go on and lay down your life. But if everybody who knows that this is about to happen, I'll see you there. We're going to be neighbors and brothers and sisters. We're all brothers and sisters and neighbors. Keep that on. Hold the line. This right here is holding the line. I'm giving you a little something to hold the line with. When they bring it to you, you can say, well, wait a minute, read the rest of that. No, look, Noah knew. Noah entered the ark, while the others didn't believe anything and they were taken away by a flood. I'm a little, I hadn't been reading just everything. I read some of it. Lisa, glad to have everybody. Kim, if there's anybody in here that doesn't know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior, which I wouldn't see this being any kind of interesting to them, but if they don't, guess what? I got a whole group in here that'll help you. This is my family right here. As much family as the family I live with, because soon I'm going to be with you in the matter of days. In the matter of days. What if I told if you found out that you got won a cruise and it was within like 15, 18, 19, 20 days, whatever it is, would you not be excited, get prepared, get some clothes to wear for the cruise, and you know, uh, setting it up, getting ready, excited because you know it's coming? What if I told you the cruise was coming, but I didn't know exactly what day or how, but you're on a cruise in the next ever so? I mean, you'd be so excited. You'd be getting ready, huh? What are you gonna wear? What are you gonna wear to the ball? You know what I'm saying? I'm just using them as I'm using that as an example. You know, examples. I do. God is the most important thing to me, more than my wife, kids, more than anything. I don't own anything I care about. I mean, there's nothing that I idle here. I am one. I love the Father more important than anything. My kids, my wife, anybody. I love them with all my heart and would die for them, but I would die for Him faster. I would give them up for Him. So that's loving the Lord your God with all your heart. Luckily, I don't have to, but just Abraham, that's how Abraham was so God's friend. You know, Abraham's the example of what God, you know, Abraham was taking his only son Isaac to sacrifice him because God tested him. And as Abraham was walking with Isaac, Isaac knew where's the, Isaac's looking around, where's the sacrifice? They were going up to the, where's it at? Abraham's walking the whole time in dread. What he's about to have to do is sacrifice his only son. And I mean, no more than he was about to do it, there was a ram there for sacrifice. God didn't make him do it, but he saw he was going to do it. It wasn't a test for God. God knew he would do it. It was to show Abraham what he would do for God. God already knows what you're going to do, but you have to know. Does that make sense? Hey, I'm 49 years old, and you know how it's been since the 80s all the way up. That we've had. Let me explain. You want me to explain to you what Elijah told me about that? I've got an answer for that. Anybody interested? Why have we had so many rapture dates and seemed like the end was coming? And somebody was like, "Oh, anybody want to hear the reason?" Elijah told me. Jesus didn't tell it to me. Elijah told me. He sent Elijah to me. Okay, here we go. The end started in 1977, and it was really coming. I remember my dad saying in about 77, he got scared up because they was talking about the end coming by 81. And he got saved. And of course, it didn't happen. And then what happens is every 3.5 or 4 years, it all adds up. But Jesus delays it, prolongs it. He's got a certain amount of times he could prolong it. And he went as far as it would go. So remember 2012, remember 2000? I remember 2000 something or other, then 2008, 2012, the Mayan calendar. Remember all that crap? Remember? Then what, Nostradamus or somebody said 2016, 4 years later. Then they were calling for 2017, 18, right? I was born in 76. I was born September the 25th of 1976. On the Hebrew calendar, I was born Tishri 1, 5737. Does anybody know what Tishri 1 is? Does anybody know what Tishri 1 is? I just wait for you guys to answer, like, or give me some hearts or something. Maybe and the internet's been horrible days. Everybody else's internet been horrible? Exactly. I was born on the Feast of Trumpets. I was born at 6:54 p.m. The sun started going down at 6:52. It takes approximately 2.5 minutes for the sun to go down. I was born sundown at the Feast of Trumpets, 1976. Here I am sounding the trumpet. Here it is. I'm not the only one. There's more. Fifth feast. Wow. September 1st. Huh. And see, it moves around. It's not always September 25th. It's other. This year was September 23rd. Sometimes it's over in October. Guess what? When they said the Feast of Trumpets wasn't it was the, remember everybody saying it was the full moon and not the dark moon. They were saying the real Feast of Trumpets is on the full moon. Well, guess when they said it was this? What did they say it was? When was the second date? Anybody tell me? What was the second set of numbers that they were looking at? Remember when they said it was the full moon on October the 7th? Remember that? Anybody remember that? They were just, I mean, that passed, right? But they were saying the full moon, and I'm not refuting it. I'm just saying that's what was being said, right? We were taught by Joseph Allen and Bro Scott and different ones. Anybody know them? Okay. Well, October the 7th is my wife's birthday. And October the 7th, 2 years ago, Israel was invaded. And we know that. So she woke up that morning on her birthday, Israel had been attacked. So just weird. Is it weird coincidence? Is God doing things on coincidences? Exactly. Guess what, Kim? Your son has the spirit of Elijah on him. You got to notice it. He turns the hearts of fathers to their sons and sons to their fathers. Elijah is the one that comes in the last days. That's why your sons and daughters are prophesying. I know you got to give me some heart and some love on that. Come on, come on. I need that makes sense. All right. If you need me to read that passage again, I will. But the whole reason I did this video was to correct this up for you. So they can't use no man knows that day or hour on you any longer. They can't steal your crown because Noah knew when to enter the ark. It was the rest of them that didn't. And you represent Noah. I represent Noah. You represent Noah. And we will enter the ark. And the rest will be taken away by a flood. But they're not completely doomed. They'll just have to die for it. Because we tried to invite them. They were invited to a wedding that they don't want to show up for and don't believe in. So if you don't think you have to believe in it, it's an invitation. It's not a, you don't have to be there. It's an invitation so that you don't have to go through all this. Exactly. See, when Jesus was here and he went to the cross and they all denied him and was scared, freaked out. They didn't, they were thinking with earthly minds a lot. They want to believe everything, kind of get what he says, but, not completely. And then when he left and the comforter came, they completely understood what he was saying, and every one of them died for it. Horrible deaths. So, unless they go with this, they're going to have to be like the disciples and prove it. John, who wrote the Revelator, everybody knows John the Revelator. He was imprisoned on Patmos when he wrote Revelations, or Revelation. Everybody always gets on to me for saying Revelations because they're looking for me to say the wrong word. I'm just country, and I'm not. Politically correct. So if you're waiting for me to say something politically correct, you're not gonna get it. I just say it how it comes. I say it. But anyway, John, he was thrown in a vat of grease. You understand what that? Would you like to be thrown in a big pot of grease? And he made it and was still living. And Jesus came to him in prison. And we reading that's the revelation of Jesus Christ. It's not John the Revelations. That's Jesus's revelation. He was in prison when he wrote Revelation. But before he was imprisoned, he was thrown in a big vat of grease and he made it. Of oil, burning oil. Horrible. Like red and blue makes purple, red, and orange. Man makes scarlet maga in Latin. Scarlet maga in Latin means witch or sorceress. All right, Stephen, kind of explain that. I'm not. I'm trying to understand that. Are you talking about? Is that like you're trying to talk about MAGA? Like MAGA? Like you talking about like the woman ordained in purple and scarlet rides a scarlet beast. Scarlet, kind of red. There are three upcoming raptures. You know what? I used to kind of be like, I think that. Listen, you're going to be where you're. If this isn't open to, if you say, oh no, it's pre. If you're like, no, 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 it's mid, your mind will only, you can only be helped by as far as your mind will let God do for you. Some say it's right at the end. Guess what? They're going to go through it. And they're snatched away right at the end. When Jesus steps foot on earth, it's going to be like this. It's going to be, some see a big ball of light coming and they're like, wow. And some are going to see a big burning flame coming. Paul was witness on John's right, Revelation. Remember, at 14 years, that man was not Paul, but John Revelation. Okay, I don't understand what Paul was witness of John Wright. Oh, so Paul witnessed John's writing? Is that what you're saying? New York is sometimes known as Rome, and America, New York also has a city named Jerusalem. There, you know that every state has a Jerusalem. Every state has all the names. Every state I've been to uh, uses all the same names. That's why you got to say Memphis, Tennessee, or Memphis, Ohio, whatever. There's something everywhere. You know. Look, I'll give you an example. I lived in South Haven, Mississippi, and I drove to Michigan, and I was pulling a boat, and the boat snapped off the back. Right. Well, we got it hooked back up before the police got there. And guess who showed up? The South Haven police. I blew. I was like, "We're the same." South Haven, same thing. It was South Haven, Michigan. I left South Haven, Mississippi, and got pulled over in South Haven, Michigan. So if you're looking like, if you look at it from that way, I mean, there's kind of somewhere everywhere. There's a Memphis in Egypt, correct? I live in Byhalia, Mississippi. Well, I know where Byhalia's at. Batesville, Byhalia, Coldwater, Olive Branch. Yep. I drove to Michigan and it got pulled. I didn't get pulled over. Actually, I was already pulled over, putting the boat back on there because it came loose on the back of the van and the police showed up. And it was doggone the same. I thought I was going crazy. I was like, you guys followed me all the way here? Look, my wife, when she was little, she lived at the end of Days Road, the very end of Days Road. She was born on 10/7/1977. He sure did, but he was also tortured before he was in there. That's awesome. Olive Branch. My daughter lives in my son lives in Olive Branch, and my daughter lives in Olive Branch. Or no, my daughter actually lives in Shelby County, Memphis, and My parents live in Olive Branch. I married my wife. She lived in Horn Lake. She went to Horn Lake. So you know I know the area, right? But anyway, guys, the reason why we're in here, if anybody needs, you want to know the reason, I explain it real fast. Anybody want to know the answer to this? I'm actually going to just do a video on it because I have to dump the lives because it takes too long to upload. I can't handle it, so I'll do a short video on it, and that's, that's pretty interesting, Sassa. Pretty interesting. I think it is anyway. Uh, uh, we're in here so that we can talk about this problem we have with. Let me see if I might not have the right one up. Let's see. Here it is. No man knows that day or hour. Anybody get that thrown at them a lot? Anybody tell you quit looking? No man knows that day or hour. Anybody tired of getting that thrown at them? I encourage. I get in trouble. They tell me you need to quit encouraging them. It hurts the spirit. The spirit that it gets hurt by is a weak spirit because we looking, we waiting. Because guess what? He's gonna be here soon, and I'm looking around every corner. I look at what everybody comes up with, and I'm excited on all those days. All I do is turn that flame up and hold the line. We're here to hold the line, keep them lamps full, and all I'm doing is giving you some fuel for that oil, because this is what they try to steal your crown with. They try to tell you, "Oh, you're crazy." Noah knew. You represent Noah. So you will know shortly before, and this is shortly. So everybody scrambling to and fro and show me what you got. Hey, that's my family's thought I've been cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for years. You know why? Because I've been telling them for 10 years this exact same thing that I'm telling you. This is all new to me that all these now it kind of like I'm not just saying it. Now it's like all over the place. Me popping in saying it's like just another one. But I was never told an actual date. I was just told a season in this season. 2025 is the year. I was told in the fall, but I assure you this, we'll be there. We're going to be in the place that is prepared for us before this year's up. The dates are off some, right? Three different calendars. Hopefully the seasons aren't just, they might just be a hair, who knows? But guess what? He's coming in this season. How do you know he'll wait till the last minute? Because he waited for Methuselah, the oldest man alive. When he passed away, the flood started. Yeah, we're all crazy for talking about the Bible. But what kills me the worst is like people like, anybody know who Mike Winger is? Anybody know that guy? I don't wish I had his followers because I can't believe people follow him. But I do wish I had his amount, right? That would mean that more people are in this camp right here. He don't believe this is. He thinks we're crazy for this, looking for this, and that it's satanic to look for it. It's satanic to look in the Bible. My Bible didn't come with no crystal ball and a pair of tarot cards. So how could I get there crazy through the Bible? Still make no sense. What it is you're supposed to read the Bible until you believe it, and then the things start happening to you. So if I say Elijah came to me, that sound crazy? It's in your Bible. If I say I talked to Gabriel, is Gabriel not in the Bible? How many people did Gabriel talk to? If I say I talked to him, am I crazy? Well, yeah, I'm considered crazy. Yeah, that's good. I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But I don't care. You can't take my crown. Yeah, he's taking each person, putting it out there, and questioning their salvation. Here's what's going to happen with Mike Winger, and I promise you, he's going to come like a thief, and he'll prove his salvation by laying down his life. He's going to be a saint. I don't think he'll give up. Maybe he won't. Maybe he's not. Maybe yeah, I don't question a man's salvation. I just question whether they'll go through this or they're going to go through the wrath. That's pretty awesome, Lisa. That sounds. That's. I wish I could. I thought I set this up where I could invite. How do you set it up where you can have more people in the show? Do you have to reach a certain level or something, or is there some? I'd like to have you guys on here and us all talking about it. Yeah, my dad, my dad tells me, oh, that might not even happen in your lifetime. That's my dad's answer because he doesn't. He what he does is when I talk to him, he's like, I don't know why you let it bother you, and I'm like, dude, it doesn't bother me. I'm excited. Some people look at it as death, and other people see it for what it is. I want to be with Jesus soon, soon. And guess what? He made me a promise. He said he's come. He'll be here soon. Not, not the soon of this. Not 2,000 years ago. We're in the last days. The last days of being here, and then there's going to be a short period after where if they say they're a Christian, they're going to have to prove it. And there will be. There's going to be martyrs. Those will be your saints. But it's because they didn't accept the invitation. You understand? You're invited to not be in wrath. You're invited because you're the bride of Christ. And the reason why we say bride is because he likened it to a wedding. What am I doing? Well, after he gets the place prepared for you, the father tells him, go and get your bride. So he sends servants ahead to tell you he's coming so that you can be prepared. The bride has to be prepared for her groom. She doesn't want to be caught in her, doesn't want to be caught, in her panty, whatever. So she's prepared for the groom. So right now, we're getting prepared to enter the ark because we're the bride and we're going to be with the groom at a place that he built for us. And then the second coming of Christ, he returns with us. So when they say the second coming, you'll be there because you're going to come with him. Two different things, separate occasions. Make sense? Yeah, Lisa, you got some pretty cool stuff. I would like to hear you live. You're not believing her dreams. Well, doesn't change that her dreams really happened. If she believes it, it doesn't matter whether you believe they were her dreams. She can share them with you. You might get something out of it. But people didn't believe Jesus either. In fact, they hung him as a fake king. So you can't take her story and destroy it. I believe you, Lisa. That's right. If they're going to go to post, that just means that they're going to, everybody sees the end. Everybody sees it. We just going to all see it in a different way. Does that make sense? Some are going to, hey, so, hello, hello. How do I say hello? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for saying hi. If you're in here and you're wondering why we're having this session, anybody get no man knows that day or hour thrown at them for looking? Do you get say, oh, you shouldn't look? No man knows it. No, you don't look, don't watch, don't be watchful. Just let it happen. Go on and live your life. Quit worrying about that, right? Don't they tell you that? Because no man knows that day or hour, nor the Son or the Father. You want the answer to it? Somebody else want to tell it by now, or do I need to? Exactly. So guess what these days are? What days did they say? What days did it say in Jeremiah? It said the last days. I believe you, Lisa. I have no reason not to believe you. I've had my own experiences. I know Jesus comes to you in different ways. Some through dreams, some through visions, some through visitations. So it may have only meant something to her unless it means something to you. Not everybody believed Moses. Nobody believed Elijah. Elijah ran for his life the whole time he's running. Right. He told his disciples so his disciples would write it down so that we would get it in the future. When they were looking towards the future, they were seeing us. Can you imagine they were looking at a vision and see the last days? They might have saw one of y'all. Well, okay. Well, let's look at it. Um, Anybody know who Methuselah's father was? Anybody? Is a little quiz question, real quick. Don't look it up. Don't you get on your phone and go to Google. Does anybody know the answer to who Methuselah's father was? Exactly. So what happens here is this is the Genesis is a marker of what's happening right now. Methuselah lived 969 years. Okay, then the flood happened. Enoch was Noah's great grandfather. They all knew each other because they lived long periods of time. Enoch was raptured. So what we're doing is we're sitting in the last days before Methuselah's death, about to enter the ark. Okay, and Enoch was raptured. We're about to be raptured. We're about to be raptured. You're about to go be with Jesus in a place he prepared for you. Soon, within the next, I don't know, what is it, month and a half, two? What is it? Could be days, could be tomorrow. I know, no man knows that day or hour. I know the season. It's now. That's exciting. Look how fast a year goes. But now that we all know this, look how slow the days go. Just wait, man. Please come, Lord, please. Let it be today. Let it be tonight. But guys, I've got to get what time is it? Is it getting close to dark? What time is it? Because you got to be outside tonight. There's going to be a lot of action in the skies. Anybody ready for that? Yep, I'm set for those days too. And the 27, 28. Well, I didn't hear anything about today, but I get up every day just excited or thinking, man, I'm still here. You didn't get me in my sleep. You know, I don't know. Maybe we all disappear on this live. You know, I don't care. Matter to me. Yes, I'm excited. But yeah, 31st, it'd be kind of make sense that it would be hidden on the 31st. Supposed to be the devil's day. Well, why would they make that the devil's day? Why would man say, oh, that's tricky? Why would man make it that? To hide what God's doing? They hid everything else through all these different calendars and stuff. All these different, so it's all being revealed right now. That's why knowledge is increasing. And everybody's running to and fro for the answers. But at least we got the internet now. We got each other. And we got smart people on it. Joseph Allen, I don't know if anybody knows him, but I wish you would tell him that I really think a lot of him if you do. Anybody talks to him. Bro Scott already knows, I think, a lot of him. And there's quite a few others. And I think a lot of you guys, but these guys really, really, really put a lot into it, you know, because they're excited about this. There's no reason wrong for you excited about it. If it hurts your spirit, then your spirit's not very strong anyway. You got to light that thing up. Got to get that glow. He does. He loves us so much. He loves the world so much that he sent his only begotten son so that we would have the chance. And yeah, don't look at it like there's people that believed in the rapture their whole life and they died. My Bible says, I saw an angel come down out of heaven. No, I'm telling the wrong one. Hang on. Let me say it right, because I was about to say Revelations 20 instead of Thessalonians. I know that one too, but because I said that, I'm going to just go ahead and read it. For the Lord himself will descend from heaven with a shout. That shout's going to sound like a shofar shout. And with the archangel's voice, and with the trumpet of God, and the dead will rise first. So you think that them people that passed away before us aren't going to be in the rapture? They get raised first. They didn't miss it. They're just asleep in Christ. They didn't miss the rapture. They're still going. In fact, it says they beat us there a little bit. Actually, they and us are caught up at exactly the same time to meet the Lord in the air. So don't think because there's graves out there that they're going to miss it. And bursting graves, all that, it might be metaphors, but for that there's no reason for a grave to burst open because their spirit now they got a new spirit, incorruptible body. However, there's going to be a great earthquake when that happens, and graves may burst out. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't have a. It says they do, you know, and everybody knows about dry bones. What he tells them about them dry bones to form everything on them. Literally, like, can you imagine watching some just old dry bones over there on the ground pull together and form tendons and form everything, and then cover skin and stand up? That we can't. That's what your God can do. He can do anything. Now, what Joshua said was that the 2026 will still happen. We just won't be here for it if you're going in the rapture. World Cup, it's not going to happen because there's going to be a lot of issues. They're going to be left with a lot of issues. The Son of God tasted death, so I expected to die first, then to heaven. Well, let me tell you something about the rapture. We don't know that our bodies won't stay here to be looking dead on the ground while we're in heaven with the Lord. Wouldn't it be deceiving if you looked and your family saw your body laying there and said, "Oh, she thought she was going to be raptured and they didn't even make it"? That'd be pretty deceiving, wouldn't it? Because that particular deception from the rapture, God does that. Everything after that is the deception of Satan. He is loosed. When I say Satan, I mean Lucifer himself. Lucifer himself. Satan is in the mind. Lucifer is a real entity. He's chained up by the archangel Michael, and when he's released, that moon will be red as blood. I can explain that to you, but I don't want to lose some of you. Do you know what I'm saying? That's why it says in Revelations 20, I was about to say that, I saw an angel come down out of heaven holding a great chain, and he grabs that serpent, of which we call the devil or Satan or the dragon, and locks him in the abyss out of your mind. No longer having Satan in the mind. I don't have him. I got lost him a long time ago. He gets no credit. Satan is just an entity that gets credit for what God does. Satan has no power. None. Lucifer, however, is chained down. You got some babies in heaven, Kim? Well, you sure will. I've heard a lot. Have y'all ever listened? You ever listen to them stories of people that have, death experiences and all that, and they get there and there's babies. There's look. There's a lot of things that are about to happen that I get chills thinking about. I got look, my hair, arms. I can't see it because of this thing. Hair standing up on my head and arms right now. Because I think of all the mothers. Woe to the pregnant in those days. Why? Because the innocent are going to go be in the rapture. The innocent are going to be. There'll be more kids than there are adults. There's going to be more little children than adults. And imagine being a new mother or being 9 months pregnant and then finding out there's nothing in there. Don't know why, it's just gone. And the little baby's just gone. Woe to the pregnant in those days. And also spiritually, there's another spiritual aspect to that. We're all virgins of Christ at first, but you don't become his bride until, virgin doesn't mean you're a bride. He's waiting on his bride, right? But if he gets here and you're already impregnated with the evil one, and that can be man or woman. Then woe to the pregnant in those days. Yeah, we'll all love each other and it'll be a different mindset. There won't be the jealousy of husband and wife and this and that. You won't need that. We're going to be a different type of being, you know, raised incorruptible. Yeah, the moment they've done proved it. The moment that I'm gonna just say it, that the sperm hits the egg, it lights up. It actually gives off light. If you just want it, they've done proven that it lights up. There's life there from the minute you're pregnant. But these passages can go like just like they use no man knows that there hour, just to rip you. Anybody come in needs to hear this. It looks like we got lesser and lesser people, but I am glad to have you guys. Please tell people and share my stories and stuff so that share our stories because we want as many people as we can to be a part of this. But they're not doomed. They'll just have to lay down their life for it. That's not doomed. That's being a saint. That's being a martyr. It's not the end. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people don't want to hear the truth, but uh, it is. I learn things all the time, and I deal with people who think they know it all. You know, and it's like as soon as you think you know it all, you've closed your mind. Because even even all of us are going to be amazed at the things that are coming. What movie is that? You can't handle the truth. What movie is that? Who said that? But look here, guys. I've been on here a while. I've been on here almost over 2 hours. Golly, my wife's gonna probably have string me up. But I'll make a video so that I can explain this and it keeps getting spread. Will you guys help share it, pass it around? I think everybody's been in here a while that I see, and I've explained this many times. Don't let them use this against you anymore. You know the answer. I would give, Lord, tell me to give you this answer so that when you're told that, you can explain it to them and they can't steal your crown. Uh, True. You know, we're hear a lot of new age stuff, Wesley Huff, really smart, really smart. He knows his stuff. Well, who was that he got online with talking all that new age stuff? He completely destroyed him. Uh, Billy Carson, I think, something like that. Yeah, talked a lot of new age stuff, discredited Jesus. He even said that stuff like Jesus what didn't exist. He maybe didn't go it was all this new age garbage. You see what I'm saying? Which, you know, Billy Carson, Wes Huff got on there with him, and boy, he don't have the same following he had. Billy Carson was really getting out there with all that new age, stuff. So he would say things that were just kind of interestingly weird, you know, but Wes Huff took care of that. I'm sorry, Lisa. Hey, let me see what. I don't know why. I don't know why I hit notifications, but let me look. I don't know how to do this. It doesn't offer me a. It doesn't offer me. I don't know how to do it. Might have to go onto my channel and click something. I don't know. I'll take a look, Lisa. I love you guys. Okay, and we're gonna be there together here soon. That's right. Know when they're talking about three when the light's gone. So are we. That'll be your rapture. You have to go to the channel and under the bell click all. Okay. Oh my! Do I have to do that? Or does everybody have to do that? Is that something I have to do? It sure will. To the ones who don't know, John, are you just coming in here? Let me saying it real quick. Correct. How you know? Because all the signs are here, and the heavens, the earth, and politics, outpouring, all the signs are here. If you, what do you need? You know, the president's name is Trump. In fact, the first term he was Trump Pence. Trump Pence was on the sign. On the second term, it was Trump Vance. Literally sounds like trumpets on both of them, doesn't it? In fact, I knew who he was going to pick for the vice president by just putting the last names and seeing which one would go on the sign and sound like trumpets. So I knew it was going to be Vance. That we look and we're talking about watching dates or watching this time or that time because we're all looking. People get onto us and say, "Oh, no man knows that day, but the day of the Lord knows." And the angels in heaven don't know, nor the Son, only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so will be the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating, drinking, marrying, giving away marriage, making fun of you, making fun of Noah. So this builds this big thing, contraption that nobody's like, oh, flood. There's never even, oh, there's no rapture. But Noah knew, guess what? Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing about what was happening until the flood came and took them all away. Okay? Talking about the thief. Let me pull this up higher so you. I don't know what you guys see on the screen. Can y'all see the green real good down here? Can you see the green good, John? Since I can't see it real good, I'm just gonna read it straight out of my Bible. Got to go back to it. This is what it says in the green for me. But know this. But know this. Okay, that's what it says. If the homeowner had known what time the thief was coming, he would have stayed alert and not let his house get broken into. This is why you also must be ready. because the Son of Man is coming at the hour you do not expect. Guess what? I'm supposed to be ready so that he don't come like a thief to me. He don't come like a thief to you. Noah did. He didn't come like a thief to Noah. Noah knew when to enter the ark. So did the rest that was with him. But the rest of them, he came like a thief. The flood came like, took them all away. So when they use this against you, you tell them, wait a minute, wait a minute. Noah knew shortly before. He actually knew it was coming a long time before. We've heard about the rapture for a long time. We've seen him, told Billy Bill, oh, rapture, 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 rapture. But shortly before, Noah knew when to enter, and the door closed. When the door closed, the rest of them, they knew nothing. They knew nothing. They knew nothing about what was going to happen. You understand, John? Just like it said they would in the book of Daniel. When will all these astonishing things happen? They said they're running to and fro looking for the answers. Guess what? They are. And I'm excited about it. It's more prophecy. So as they're doing this, it's prophetic. Yeah, and we will know the season. Exactly. And what season are we in? What season are we in right now? Who knows it? Might want to raise their hand. Anybody here? I know it. We're in the season. We're in the season. Do I know exactly what hour? I don't, but I'm going to be alert. I'll know when he gets here. I know when I'm gone. The harvest is coming. It's not going to come to my house like a thief. I'm going to be alert and ready. I'm going to be watching all these dates that they talk about. It excites the crap out of me. If it hurts your spirit, it's because you're weak. Your lamp ain't lit real good. It's prophecy that they'll be running to and fro for the answers, and knowledge will increase. Guess what? We just found out about all the dates being off. Did you know that before this Joshua thing? Did you know that there was all these calendars and the dates were the 15 days are just completely gone, or what is it, 11 days just wiped out of the calendar, all to throw you off? That's why we won't know the day or hour, because God's time runs off of lunar. He told Enoch it, but they don't go off the Enoch calendar. And so you'll hear different things about the Enoch calendar, but nobody actually knows completely, because uh, they're just trying to figure it out right here in the season. But at least we all know, because with the to and fro, the knowledge is increased. Running to and fro, guess what? The baby's about to be born. It's like I liken it to we got a 9-month pregnant woman, and we're just waiting for the baby, right? You don't know which day. You don't get that phone call. We got to run to the hospital. Baby's about to be born. Well, that's where you're at right now. You're sitting in the 9th month, waiting for the baby to be born. Does that make sense? Can I get some hearts for that? Because that gave me chills. Woo! Just to think about it, and uh, and just to think that the dates, the times are off. We're probably in the 9th month and don't even realize it, because we think it's the 10th month, and right, all the answers are there. It's all going to come together. So why do you think Joshua comes out and Feast of Trump, saying the Feast of Trumpets shortly before, and then every time we think we're done with him, somebody says, wait a minute, no, wait a minute, wait a minute, that hadn't happened yet. And it keeps growing. I've never seen nobody's message keep growing like that. Now he's out of the way. He did his job. He's out of the way. There's no Joshua talking anything right now. He didn't. If you go to Exodus 20:25, they're all still up. The only one that's light went out was met for Christ. It hurt his spirit pretty bad. But I think God's going to look highly on him because he gave Joshua a platform that he didn't have here. Remember, if you read in Daniel 12, it says Michael the great prince stands up for his people. Maybe that's him and he just don't know it. You know what I'm saying? You know what's funny about that? Do you remember Lord of the Rings? You remember Pippin and Gandalf? And he's looking out and he's singing that song and the trees burning right out there. The big looked like the tree of life. Remember that? Does anybody remember that? Lord of the Rings, Gandalf the Grey. Soon I'm going to be Gandalf the White. Hey, I'm on. I'm on my. I don't care if it's the 50th watch. I'm watching. Eyes open, heart open. I don't even like to sleep right now. You know what I mean? I have a hard time sleeping. I wake up early, jump up, go look and see how the sky's looking, talk to the Lord. Is today gonna be the day? And I'll be just excited tomorrow and the next day, and I'll be on here with you guys trying to get that oil going. Don't let your light go. But when you get in the season, it should be awesome to you. We got so many high watch days, so many of them. Are you excited, guys? Give me some hearts or whatever. Is hearts the only thing that comes up? I've never done that before. Well, John, I tell you, bud, don't let nothing hurt your heart. We're in the season. Don't just because somebody says it's tomorrow or the next day. Don't let your light go out. Know it soon. Look how fast. Seemed like we just went through the election, right? He's been president for about 9 months. It seems like yesterday we're in the election. Think how fast the fall season will go. I don't care if the days are off a little bit or not. It's still going to be fast in 2025. 2025. 2026. About the World Cup, we ain't going to be worried about the World Cup. You understand that? That's for a whole different, it's a whole different ball game for the people going to be here. You know, whole different, talking about 2026, you're talking about after the rapture. Or harpanzo, the catching away, entering the ark, the door closing. All of it's the same. It's all the same. All right. Oh man, there's all kinds of stuff coming up. That's pretty awesome. I like that. I like that. We can't say what? What can we say, Joe? John. What can we say? Let me know. Come on out. The gathering. Okay, the gathering. I'll take the gathering. Whatever. Rapture, Harponzo, gathering, catching away, caught up. I don't care what you call it. We got so many different languages that's done run through. You know what I mean? Rapture's not even in there. You know why? Because it's Latin. Rapture, rapturo. In the Greek, it's harpanzo. And the Hebrews don't even I mean, the Jews, they don't have they're not in the New Testament, or they don't messianic ones do, but the non-messianic ones, it doesn't go. It only goes so. I guess it stops at Malachi, maybe. But they have raptures in their Torah. They had Elijah. They had Enoch. They had Zerubbabel, Melchizedek. Uh, there was more raptures than just two. So if you think Enoch and Elijah are the only ones, they're not. Then Jesus was raptured. It's just a word. Rapturo means ascended. They ascended. And we're about to ascend. We're about to do this right here. But John, I can't be on here very much longer, but you're welcome to come to my channel, watch any of the videos. You can argue with them. I don't care. It's not a big deal to me. But I hope you learned something. That's why I'm trying to. This is just the ammo for the people, and I don't like talking about like ammo, but this gets used as ammo against you. Use it back against them. Tell them to keep reading. Don't stop right there. Keep reading. Keep reading. Oh, Noah knew. Oh yeah, but the rest of them didn't know. Oh yeah, he does come like a thief. To who? To the ones that aren't watching, the ones that don't care about it. Don't want to hear about it. You shouldn't look. God made me smarter than to not look. You know what I'm saying? He didn't give me all this information to not look. That's absolute insanity. Uh, yeah. Well, guess what? To be honest with you, what does they do? They mark them on the forehead, right? That's Here's what happens in the rapture. Okay, the elect are taken, and they're not the only ones because the ones that believe them are taken also. Do you have to believe in the rapture to be in it? Do you have to believe in the pre-rapture to be in it? Your mind is what keeps you from getting anywhere. The closed mind is God's enemy. It's called you're stuck in an earthly carnal mind. And if you say this is it, this is just the way it is, then guess what? You limit God in your mind. It's limited. And you're only going to get what's but if you put chains on God like a genie and put him to a bottle and put rules on him, then at the end, for you, those rules apply. Let's see who it was. Read who it was. It was everybody else, right? Well, this isn't an actual flood that's coming. This is likened to a flood. He gave us a warning. He was never going to do the flood thing again fully on earth. This time he's going to do it by fire. The sun's about to scorch the earth in 7 years. It's going to completely burn this earth. But before then, Satan has a little while to try to get as many that's left as he can. And there's still Christians there that didn't go in the rapture. And there's going to be Christians that become Christians after the rapture. Okay. But they're going to lay down their life for it. And if they make it all the way through to the end, they will be snatched away, or just like childlike faith. I can assure you this. I promise. Look, the prophet Elijah came through my son 10 years ago and told me 10 years, and he told me the fall of 2015 that we only had 10 years left. It's biblical. I can read it to you. Everywhere, three places in this Bible, it says, "In the last days, I will send you the prophet Elijah, and he'll turn the hearts of fathers to their sons and sons to their fathers." And I had that experience. So you cannot believe, and it doesn't matter whether you believe or not, you know. But if you want to invite as you want, destructible. There's nothing. It's going to be a scary time for somebody that wants. In the days when they couldn't even talk about Christianity, they'd walk out there and one would put one little sloop on the ground and the other one, and they'd draw a little fish on the ground, and then they would go talk about it indoors because you already look at my name. On this live, I just put J because I needed to be able to put more words on there. Pippin is my last name. Remember little Pippin with Gandalf? And the Battle of Middle Earth? Remember Battle of Middle Earth? And Pippin and Gandalf? Pippin had seen the eye, the what was it? Was the eye of Sauron or whatever? Yeah, be careful no one deceives you, sir. That's all I can tell you. But I'm not deceiving you. I'm not a deceiver. I'm not telling you a day. I don't know a day. I was just told this season. You can bet. You can bet. I bet you. But I'm not. I'm just. I don't even like to bet. But I 100% promise you it'll be in this season. And you'll say, "Did he deceive me?" Well, honestly, I want you to be a part of it. I would love for you to be there. I want to see John right along, John Yo, and be like, "Man, I'm so glad I met you right before. I would really love you to be there, brother." But just know that we're all these people in here. I'm on. I only got 12 now. He was about 30 in here at one time. This whole thing to tell this for you, but I've got to go, guys. I'll put out a video. Please, like I say, share because every subscriber means that there's somebody else who's catching on. And Lisa, I know you do, girl. I believe you too. You hear me? Don't let nobody can steal what's happened to you. You know what's happened to you. Well, good job, John. Heck yeah. Get excited. You're supposed to be like a little kid. Blessed is you, telling you, you're blessed if you see it. Know it's the season, so I'm like, woohoo! Maybe it will be. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Maybe it will. My light don't go out. You know, don't look at a date. These guys are giving dates. One of them might be right, but we don't know which one. But it's exciting to just keep looking up. You want me to leave it up? No, I can't because we're 171 minutes in. I might try. Okay, I'll try to keep it up. Okay. I think it's like up automatically, but it takes my phone all night long the next day for it to actually be there. But yeah, I'll leave it up. I'll do it this time. I'll do it for you, Lisa, because I love you, girl. I love you, John, Kim, Stephen, Barbara, everybody, everybody in here. Speak up real quick, Jess. I think you were just testing us, man. You still trying to test. You don't scare me, bud. I'm not scared. I'm not giving no false prophecies. So it don't bother me. You can say it all day long. I love you too, brother. Don't be scared, okay? I'm not trying to scare anybody. And don't be scared about these other people. They're just doing prophecy. They're running to and fro for the answers, and that's exciting to me. It's just prophetic outpouring, to and fro, knowledge increasing. Uh, what else? What else? Look at the sky. Look at all these things that just appear in our atmosphere. Look at politics. They just go for peace and safety, but this sudden destruction, that's all in there. It's happening in our day. It'll all come together real fast for you. I love it shows crowns on here. Like crown number one, crown number that's you got crown number one. I like that. Oh, that means something, huh? What is it? 200. Last time I took my lives down, I was like I don't know, like 15, 20 people, right? And I was like, these lives are taking too long to load. So I took them down. I lost like 15 subscribers on there. I was like, I gained them and lost them in like 2 minutes. So I'll leave it up. But I got to go get ready for this exciting sky we're going to see tonight. I'm going to lay two cots out. Me and my wife are going to dress warm and go lay out there and watch the sky. I got some binoculars. There's going to be some cool things going on in the sky tonight. Bro, bro, I'm telling you, it'll be. I don't care whether you believe me or not. You cannot believe me. It doesn't matter. It don't matter. It's happening in this season. The date, I don't know. I was never told a date. I can't remember the date I was told on. Maybe it was on that date. I don't remember. I know it was in October or something. You know. So, and I'm not saying it's October. It was just in that season. 10 years later. So, you guys can agree. I don't care. You don't have to believe me. They didn't believe Jesus. They didn't believe Moses. They didn't believe Elijah. They didn't believe none of them. Elijah came to me. Nobody believed him, so I don't expect you to believe me that Elijah came to me. I don't care. Some do, though. And Brian's one of them. But my story lines up with Scripture. Do I need to read it again for you? Somebody else want to tell him? Eh, But he didn't come to tell me things that's already in the Bible. If you think that God sends you people to tell you something, a Bible story, no. They don't come to tell you things you already know that you can get to. Believe Jesus. You bet that's the one you need to believe. But he sent me to tell this, so you can. If you don't believe me, then how can you really say you believe Jesus? Well, what's keeping you from doing it? I haven't said anything that doesn't line up with Scripture. It says you can't know the season, and I know it. Sorry, lines up with Scripture. I'm not lying to you. But John, you believe wherever you want to believe. You can be wherever you want to be. You know, I'm just trying. It's an invitation. It's not a. You don't have to come. It's an invitation. Yeah, ask Jesus to confirm what I'm telling you. Ask, talk to God. Ask Him whether I'm. You don't just, don't just grab anything. Ask for confirmation. I'll save it. I know you do, Lisa, and I believe your story too. I don't discredit you at all. Anybody who doesn't believe someone hasn't had one on their own. You know, but that's okay. I mean, it's fine. It's not everybody has to. Not everybody has to. It doesn't matter. You got your place. Hey, even if you didn't go in the rapture, you lay down your life, you're going to be higher. You're going to be higher up than I am in heaven. You'll have a higher role than me. The saints are going to be regarded higher than the first fruits. The greatest thing I could ever do in life is lay down my life for him. And I promise you, if you came over here with a hacksaw and had me held in the right place and asked me to take the mark, you could cut my head off slowly. That's why I get to go. You can cut it off slowly and make it painful. And you'll never get me to say that Jesus Christ is not Lord. 100%. Jesus knows that 1,000%. That's why I'm fixing to enter this with these guys. This. It sure is a virtue, and I'm not very good at it. But I still get. I'm antsy, but I'm on fire. And anybody who knows me knows that. Anybody who watches my videos knows I'm on fire. And I calm it down for the videos. 100% he is coming. Actually, he's already left. It'll be when he's arriving. He's going to be arriving. He's already Joshua. That little Feast of Trumpets thing coming. When I say I'm going to come to your house, if you live in Michigan, and I said I was going to come to your house from here, it's different from coming and arriving. Might take me a little second to get there, right? Well, next is arriving. Hey, I'll lay down my life, but it's going to be. What if they come and how old are your kids, John? How old are your kids? How old are your children? I mean, I don't know how old of a guy you are. You know, I don't know. What if they come and they grab your little 3-year-old son and tell him, if you don't take the mark, I'm about to cut his head off or throw him in a vat of grease. You gonna watch it? Because it's gonna be that scary. You gonna give in? They do stuff like that. Look what happened in Israel 2 years ago. Okay, so what if they come and take your 13-year-old and put a gun to his head until you take the mark? You gonna let them just shoot your kids? or cut your kid's head off or put them in a microwave? Huh? You got to think about that. It's not going to be easy. It's one thing to say you'll lay your life down. You gonna watch them lay your kid's life down for it? You got to think along the lines of it's about to get scary. So I'd like for you to be in the pre-rapture that's about to happen. And I call it the pre-rapture. I don't know. We might be, but I think the great tribulation's about to happen. We've been through some type of tribulation. 2020 was weird, and it got weirder and weirder and weirder. You know, I don't know. I don't know where we're at in it, but it may be God got a way of making it all happen. They're going to seek you out, and then they're going to have drones everywhere, and the drones will be finding you. Anybody that doesn't have the mark, because you're going to look, AI about to come up, be singular, let you know that AI is going to want to know everything that you're doing, where you're at. Control. It's about control. And they're already starting an AI preacher. They're going to try to combine all religions into one. I'm just asking you. I'm just saying. I'm telling you that's how bad it's going to be. Who do I think I am? I'm Jay Pippin. Who do you? I don't. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. You can do with it what you want. I'd like for you to be in this. What? Talking about your children? You think that they're not going to make it scary for you? I'm just a man of God telling you that if you don't go in the rapture, that's what they're going to get. I'm just giving you an example. It's one thing to say you're going to lay your life down. You're going to let your whole family go down for it. And I'm not talking about you. I'm just talking about in general. I just asked you a question. How old are your children? Because I know that I something I had to think about a long time ago is like, when my kids were, you know, 10 and 11, I couldn't imagine, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be hard to sit there and tears rolling down your face. Can they kill everybody in front of you until you take it or you don't? Everybody don't. Am I lying? Everybody? Anybody else want to step up? Anybody else want to step up and tell them? I'm not talking about your children, John. I'm talking about just in general. Could you do that? Would you want to do that? No. So it's not just laying down our lives, but they're going to try to scare the hell out of you. That's just the way it is. There you go. See? 100% facts. All biblical. Anybody else want to tell them? Verse 24, what? 29. Let's go for it. I love this. I love Matthew. Everybody always tries to pull Matthew. Verse 24, 29. Let's go to it. Immediately after tribulation those days, the sun will be darkened, and the moon will not shed its light, and the stars will fall from the sky, and the celestial powers will be shaken. Then the sign of the Son of Man will appear in the sky. Hey, what? Okay. What's up? It's because I didn't clip. This is a shot that I take on video. This is the Not the great tribulation. There's tribulation going on right now. 24 what? 20, verse. Okay. 20. Oh, am I 25 or what am I? No, I'm not in 24, 29. You're right. Here we go, buddy. I am reading it. Immediately will fall from the sky and the celestial shaking. You want me to keep reading? You want me to keep going? Then a sign of the and all the peoples of the Son of Man coming on the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. He will send out his angels in a loud trumpet and will gather. Okay, I have a problem reading it. You want me to keep going? Tells the parable of the fig, buddy. I have it up there because my phone ain't big enough to hold the whole Bible. Exactly. What do you don't get? What is it that what do you after the tribulation? No, no, that's not what it says. It says the tribulation of those days. It's not the great tribulation, brother. If it was, we wouldn't be right here talking. If I was left behind and be looking for family members that are missing and children missing. So I don't really understand where you're saying. I don't care if you believe me or not. You don't have to believe me. It's still in the season. I don't care what. It don't change nothing for me. You can't change what I already know. You can change what you don't know, but you can't change what I already know. Makes sense. And we can throw scriptures at each other, but I've had this. That's also in Revelation. You want me to go to that same passages in Revelation? Immediately, the sky will roll up like a scroll. That means the Holy Spirit is leaving. The sun darkened when the light's gone. That's the rapture. So are we. When the light's gone, so are the light workers. Then it's going to get bad. The moon turns red as blood means Lucifer is released. And the stars falling from the sky is all the heavenly angel, the fallen angels. And it's going to be hell on earth here, brother, for 7 years. We faced. Look, I got to go. Sorry, John. I'm not. I don't feel like arguing about anything right now. I've been on here over what? I mean, I don't know how many long this is. If anybody else wants to continue to talk to him about it, or I'll talk to you about it later, but I'm not into arguing about it. It'd be the way you say it is. However you say it's going to be, will be for you. Okay, bud? If you want to be pre and go all through it, go right ahead. It's an invitation. It's not a. It's not a. Everybody's invited. Not everybody shows up. All right. Well, I love you guys. Even you, John. I had a good time. Don't want you to be mad at me, buddy. I just not. I'm not gonna. I don't been on here too long to be arguing. Yeah, I've been facing. I've been going through tribulation for a good while, but not the great tribulation. And I've seen the sun darken quite a few times in my life. And I've seen the moon turn red as blood many times, but this means something different, bro. Anyway, y'all have a good night. I'll leave this up. I love you. I'll try to do a short video just on the No Man Knows That Day or Hour so that everybody else can kind of, like a Joseph Allen one. But I don't know how to do it where I can do a green screen and keep it behind me. That's the only reason I did it live. All right, guys. Love you. Bye. All right, everybody, give me some hearts. Hearts right here. Good faces. Thank you, John and Jess. I had a good time with y'all. Retro. Had a good time with all of you. Yes, that's blood smashed on my finger. I don't know. I got pinched. So anyway, a little blood in it. All right. I wish I could do that. Can I put some stuff up there? I don't guess they'll let me do it on my own. My top fans, my number one fan right now is Jess. Is that what that means? What is that? What do the crowns mean? At least I know you. I love you too, girl. If this grows big enough, if I would love to like just have some kind of miracle happen and like triple in subscribers, so that I would make Lisa, between you and several people, I'd probably make one of y'all the moderator. You know what I mean? I need a little help sometimes. But you guys do a great job. Everybody explaining and backing it up. We know we're in the season. Jesus is coming. All right. All right, John, you go ahead and read that chapter, buddy. You go ahead and read it. But make sure you keep reading. You read the rest of it too, okay? Don't just let that verse hold on to you. Bye, guys. Love you.